Welcome back to the Barbecue Beautiful podcast, where we talk about all things smoked meat and so much more, including hilarious stories about our farm to table lifestyle and our love of the outdoors. I'm your host, Trevor. This week we're talking about smoked burgers. And remember, the full video with recipe gets posted to the Barbecue Beautiful podcast group on Facebook. We're growing a community of barbecue and cooking enthusiasts. Be sure to post your pictures and videos, ask questions, and discuss with other members. You can hit subscribe on any of the Barbecue Beautiful reels to join, and while you're there, give us a like to grow this community even more. Don't forget to get qualified for the Barbecue Brag to Win giveaway contest, episode 18. Let's do this. Now let's jump right in before the burgers get cold. Okay. Welcome to this week's episode. I'm here with Kyle, and we want to talk about burgers today. Big smoked burgers and all sorts of different burgers, because this week on the video podcast on Facebook, we're going to be posting the burger shoot we did.
Yeah, it was incredible to say the least. It was, my first smoked burger really that I've had. So
yeah, and there was, we'll go through all the different pieces of this, and that's where you can find the recipe and the full cook video, but I think it turned out amazing.
Oh, it was incredible. Yeah, for sure. That's something I never did before, and I will be adding to my list of cooks now.
Recipe book.
So,
but you brought up a good point in that shoot about the difference in doneness versus the US and Canada even.
Yeah, we talked about, I remember the first time I went to the States and ordered a burger, and they're like, how did you want that done? And I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
And I remember like looking at the waiter like deer in the headlights, like, what the hell's this guy talking about?
Regular?
Like, what do you mean? And he had to explain it. Like, do you want it pink in the middle? And I'm like, what? Like, the hell's going on here? And so it's apparently not a thing in Canada.
Yeah.
We just cook our meat through.
Well, we just had it beaten into us as kids.
Totally. You grow up that way, right?
Bring it to 165. Bring it to 165.
There was no temperatures when I was a kid. You cooked it until it looked like it was
gray.
Yeah. Yeah, you cook. Yeah. Our parents never had a thermometer or any of that kind of stuff. They would just cook the shit out of it, and then we would be stuck chewing on it. So
yeah, and the funny thing is, after doing as much traveling I've done in the States now, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
But I still don't order a medium burger.
No, I don't mind a bit of pink in my burger, which is funny because when my wife sees it, she freaks right out because she's not used to it at all. And, but I don't mind it at all. I don't mind a little bit, but I would never have a medium or anything like that.
No, it's just even say the words is just still taboo because of how we were brought up, right?
Yeah.
And the usually thing is grinding my own meat and fresh, I'm sure it's not an issue at all, but it's just because, rewind the clock 40 some years.
Yeah.
That's the taste now.
Yeah. If I get any pink in my burgers now, it's usually by accident. It's not on purpose. So.
Yeah. And I guess the difference now is it's not pandemonium, freak out, whip it out of the bun and put it back on the grill.
Yeah. Which I've done.
I remember
in the past.
My mom, like, if stuff was underdone, it got sent back.
Yeah. Unless it's chicken, I'm not gonna.
And then yet you see this guy on, I don't know which one of these social media channels, but there he is eating raw chicken until I get sick, and he does it every day.
Really?
He sits there on the channel and just chews on raw chicken.
No. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's
still not sick.
But still
wouldn't recommend it.
No, it's terrible. Like, just the texture. I couldn't imagine eating raw chicken like that.
No, the taste.
And
I just can't imagine that tastes good.
They don't smell great, and it couldn't taste great.
Sure, it's good for views and stuff, but it's not how you want to eat chicken.
No, interesting. Wow.
But we tossed around a couple different things too when building these burgers, because we have the fresh ground beef here. So typically I do 100% just beef.
Yeah.
and build the patty. And we'll talk about this a bit later too, about smash burgers, but that's excellent in a smash burger, just 100% beef.
Right.
But in this shoot, we actually did burgers a bit different just because not everybody has access to that premium beef.
Yeah.
So probably stuff a lot of people have seen in their childhood with the onion soup mix and spices and crackers and eggs to build these patties.
Yeah.
But definitely added an additional layer of flavor, and then with the smoke. And then we'll let you guys in on a little secret we did later in the episode.
Okay.
But for you, topping sauces, what do you like on your burger?
You know, I'm at home, I'm making burgers. To me, it's just pretty plain and easy. Like, I don't put a whole ton of stuff on my burgers if I'm making. My wife does, and she knows I won't do it, so she'll be grabbing lettuce and tomatoes and stuff. For me, I don't like tomatoes on my hamburger generally.
Right.
I find they're just squishy and they're juicy. Like, it just, I don't really like it on my burger. I don't mind the taste. If there's one on there, I'll eat it. But I wouldn't go out of my way to cut a tomato to put it on my burger, right? And then lettuce, same thing. I'm not a huge fan of lettuce. And my wife's like, oh, you got to get some greens. I'm like, really? What's one piece of lettuce going to do in my life, right?
That one water calorie.
Yeah, right. So I don't really do lettuce. I even onions and stuff. I don't really cut up onions to put on a burger. I'm just like ketchup, mustard, relish, and maybe like a smoky mustard or
right,
and mayo and cheese, sliced cheese, like the Kraft singles.
I either go ketchup, mayo, mustard. If it's quick, needs to happen, it's a weeknight. But otherwise, I like to build a sauce. So whether you're doing everything mixed together with some Thousand Island in it, or chopped up dill pickle, or something that's just going to take that burger over the top with a proper burger sauce.
Yeah.
Or if you want it bold, adding some steak sauce and mixing it in with mayo and some Wersch hot sauce. But otherwise, with the kids, it's pretty simple. Ketchup and ketchup only, Dad.
Yes. Yeah. I get that when I make like hot dogs for my kids and stuff. My daughter's like, just ketchup.
Just ketchup.
Or plain. It's great.
And then lately I've been getting a lot of, there's not enough ketchup.
Yeah. Yeah. And one thing that you made that was incredible was that nacho cheese sauce.
Oh, yeah. That on a burger would be.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, that recipe alone is worth $1 million. That was so good. And it was exactly as I dreamed of, to have it like the way that a nacho cheese should taste. That was exactly what I wanted. And man, I'm stoked to make that at home now.
I'm starting to spitball in my mind now that you bring that up, because can you imagine that, like, that's a burger like we cooked, with that nacho cheese just smothered over it,
totally,
then like some crushed up potato chips for that crunch.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's a million things we could do with that.
Or Doritos.
Yeah, Doritos.
Crunch up some Doritos. Damn. Yeah, I'm getting fatter just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally be down with something like, yeah. So topping wise, yeah, that nacho cheese would be my favorite, and dunking it in that. Like, you can, if you watch the videos, if you subscribe and watch the videos, you can see us dipping the burger in that stuff. And
Yeah.
My goodness, that is definitely delicious. But yeah, I'm pretty simple when it comes to that. It's just quick, easy burger.
Well, I found too that smoking it added so much flavor already. You don't need a whole lot, right?
Yeah.
And then that burger was so thick, like 3/4 of a pound. Like, I mean,
it was huge. Yeah.
You're
you know what I did with that? I took it home. I had a half a burger and I took it home. And the next day, actually it was 2 days later, I cut the half of the burger in half and made a whole nother burger with it. Because the bread was kind of shot from being in the fridge, right? And I pulled it out, and it's kind of this mushy, disgusting bread on this thing. And I'm like, well, I'm going to fix this.
Yeah.
So I just got 2 pieces of bread, cut the patty in half, heated it up, and it still had bacon and stuff on it too. It was perfect. And I just, and bacon was hanging out enough that it covered the whole burger
Yeah.
when I cut it in half again, right? So I made this perfect, nice burger at home. Although it was on bread, I didn't have any buns, but it was awesome.
Sometimes I like having burgers on that toasted rye bread.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah. Right.
So for you, when you guys are at home and you're not putting a big 3/4 pound burger on the smoker, are you typically smash burgers then, or what are you guys doing?
Yeah, it's my favorite. Smash burgers.
Super thin.
Yeah.
They build that crust.
Yeah. On my deck, I have my Timberline 1300. I've got my barbecue, which has a searer on it and a side burner. And I've got my Blackstone, my 36-inch Blackstone. So I use the appropriate tool for what? And that Blackstone, that's what they're made for, right? Is smash burgers and stuff, right? And it's incredible, right? I watched the videos, I researched it before I made it because I finally went to Smash Burger and had one of their burgers, and I'm like, what? This is incredible.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, go home, do my research from watching YouTube videos, and I think I watched the one of the actual guy who started Smash Burger.
Okay.
And where he teaches you how to cook the proper smash burger, right? Like you don't mush up the hamburger. You keep it like it comes out of the grind.
Work it very little, if at all.
Yeah, you try not to touch it and just take it out of the package as it is, how it comes out of the grinder. So it's kind of loose and not this ball, right? And then put that on the grill and squish it down, and you're supposed to hold it for like 13 seconds on a smoking hot grill. Like it's interesting. And then it cooks through like a pancake, right? Like you see it cook through on the other side. Then to flip it. And he's like, hold your spatula on this 45-degree angle and scrape this way. And I watched him do that, and I'm like, okay, that's exactly what I'm doing. And they turn out amazing every time. And when I'm doing that, that's when I'll do like onions. Like if I'm doing it on my Blackstone,
grilled onions,
I'll do onions and that kind of stuff, and bacon, throw all that on. And I'll start my bacon usually sooner, and then use that bacon grease to cook the onions and throw the patties down in it too.
Health
right?
Food, yeah.
So, yeah, 100%. Smash burgers, the best burgers by far.
Well, I like it too because that's what the kids are into. They like tiny, thin patties. If you build some big ball and
they can't eat.
They don't like it, right?
No.
And they cook crazy fast because by the time I squish these things down, it seems like a minute or two on one side and a minute or two on the other side, and you're melting cheese on it. Done.
Yeah. And I never went and bought a burger smasher or whatever. I just use the bottom of a pot usually. My spatula or whatever.
We got a perfect plate that has a circle in the bottom.
Yeah.
So it just completely makes it exactly that circle.
Yeah.
And you can make it as thin as you want.
Right. That's a good idea. Yeah. I have one of those big spatulas for like, I don't know if they're pizza spatulas what they're huge, right? And I usually just bring that out and squish it down with that. It doesn't matter. Use whatever. I don't think it was enough that I had to go out and buy a burger press or anything like that. I'm like, I've got lots of flat things around my house I can squish a burger with. Like, I don't need another thing that I have to store and only pull out when I make smash burgers. Like, I don't have enough crap in my kitchen I don't need to add to it. So yeah, smash burgers 100%.
Well, and the one thing I want to try on a smash burger now, because our secret that we added to that smoke burger was just copious amounts of cheese curds.
Yes.
And then put that thing under broil.
Right.
And cheese curds are awesome melted because it doesn't go to like a crazy smooth consistency. You still have that bite.
Yeah.
But it's melted cheese and it tastes amazing.
Yeah. And like I have a dome that I use for like when I put over my onions and stuff when I'm cooking on my Blackstone. So there's no reason, like once you do get that crust and you flip that burger, season it, and then throw your cheese curds on it and throw a dome over it because it's going to cook in like a minute or so, which I think if you threw a dome over it, it would cook that curds down, like melt those curds in that time too. So I think that would be a good way to do it as well.
I'll have to give that a shot.
Yeah, that would probably work pretty good.
And when you guys are you guys sticking to fries when you cook burgers, or what are you doing?
Generally, I go with like a potato salad or something like that for
Nice.
sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
You
I
know
know
what we need
you.
to try there, now that we've been talking about it? The loaded fries with that nacho cheese sauce,
Oh my goodness.
crumbled bacon, and all the toppings.
Yeah, that's a great
Cook
idea.
some of these garden potatoes that we got stored for the winter in tallow,
Mm-hmm.
and then build loaded fries
Yeah.
with that nacho cheese sauce.
Yes. Oh my goodness. You just opened up a whole new world to my brain. That nacho cheese sauce is incredible. Yes. We will do that.
You could, again, I'm biased, so I love that stuff. You could even throw that on like eggs as like hollandaise sauce substitute. That
Oh,
stuff was
I would
delicious.
eat it on everything. I like, yeah, I would drink that stuff. It's so good. Oh man. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna be doing that now that I think about it.
Yeah, let's put that one on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely when we do a sides episode, we got to do something with that nacho cheese.
Yeah. Yeah. Even on like a baked potato, like pouring that nacho cheese over a
Oh,
baked potato.
imagine a loaded twice baked potato
Yeah.
and then drop that on with like some cooked on broccoli pieces or something.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Yeah, there's a few more things on the list now.
Yeah.
And then another interesting thing I thought from that episode was when you were talking about your bulk cooking burgers and what
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah. I cooked on site as a safety guy. We'd have safety barbecues and stuff, and I'd cook 300 hamburgers for everybody, right? And the saving grace when you've got that many burgers going is that on the side burner, I had a pot and I'd dump in about 3 bottles of barbecue sauce, and I'd rinse the bottle out with, usually I'd fill it up once, sometimes twice, just to get the right height in the pot. And then as my burgers were coming off, they'd get tossed in that pot and they would
Yes.
sit in that barbecue sauce. So the saving grace was that if you overcook a burger, which can happen when you're cooking like 200 or 300 at a time, and a lot's going on and you're this and that, and you throw that burger in there and it rehydrates it and makes it perfect. You
Nice.
could not tell that's 2 different patties that come out. Like from when you put it in there as a hockey puck and it comes out as like a normal, nice, juicy burger is just insane. So huge tip there. And there's places I go to like Peter's Drive-In in Calgary that cook their burgers like that. Guaranteed, because every time I go there, I can tell that they've dunked that in barbecue sauce. They've cooked those patties and they've tossed them because that's how I cook them on site.
Right.
So I know that that's what they're doing there. And they're great and people love them. And if you haven't tried it, give it a whirl. Like especially if you have a barbecue with a bunch of people and you buy those like Costco burgers and stuff, I probably wouldn't do it with a homemade burger because I'd feel like I'm wrecking it.
It might crumble too, especially if it was 100% beef.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. So it works good for like the pucks, the frozen pucks that you buy. Toss them into a barbecue sauce. Obviously, you're not cooking for 200 or 300 people, so you maybe pour a half a bottle of barbecue sauce, top it up with a bit of water to make it thin,
Yeah.
and toss your patties in there and let them boil in that for a few minutes and try that. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And it works better when you have got a bunch of people over having a barbecue. And then
well,
you don't have
rather
a
than
pile
just
of
setting them on a plate, it's just
you don't have a pile of burgers on a plate sitting there,
in the sun,
getting hard,
drying out in the
out.
wind.
Yeah, it's completely the way to go. And just leave them in that bucket. People want another burger. You got that
Tongs.
side burner on low, and it's just kind of simmering away with the burgers in it, and people can just come tong out their burger, and away you go. So. And it's great. And you can leave them there for hours and people can keep coming back to them if they want,
Yeah.
right? And grabbing burgers. So if you haven't tried that, that's a really good way of, doing something, especially when you've got a lot going on, if
Lots
like
of
a big
people, yeah.
barbecue or something like that. That's completely the way to go. It's your saving grace because nobody's going to come back 2 hours later and grab one of those hockey pucks sitting on a plate, right?
Oh, I might.
So, yeah, but it's great. So
Nice.
that's a little tip that I think
give it a shot for sure.
people should use more often.
I think if you're interested in smoked burgers, tune in to our episode this week.
Yeah, that was insane.
and have a look at that thing. Again, these videos, they come with all the recipes for the burgers, the sauces, anything we cook, you're getting recipes for everything.
Yeah, which, that nacho recipe is worth your, we're at $1.29 subscription right now. So if you get in at $1.29, you stay there.
Yeah, the beauty is you grandfathered in. And
yeah, so as we get a lot more followers, we would probably up the price, a couple bucks here and there. And if you get in at $1.29, that's where you stay. And to get access to all of this stuff that this guy's making is ridiculous. Because I get to eat it and I know it's fantastic. So, yeah.
But that's our spiel on burgers. So I'm Trevor.
And I'm Kyle.
See you next time.
See you later.
Okay, it's time for our barbecue giveaway that we're calling Barbecue Brag to Win. One lucky listener will win some amazing barbecue merch that'll take your outdoor cooking to a whole new level. Whether you're a backyard beginner or a seasoned pit master, this giveaway is going to be for you. So what's up for grabs? First, a Barbecue Beautiful bundle. This includes one Barbecue Beautiful base layer, honey heat, brisket rub, and a spicy chimney from our lineup of seasonings and rubs. Next, one t-shirt and hat of your choice from the Barbecue Beautiful website, www.barbecuebeautiful.ca. And of course, there's going to be free shipping. How to enter? First, make sure you're subscribed to the Barbecue Beautiful podcast on your favorite podcast platform. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode or an announcement. Next, connect with us on social media. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok at Barbecue Beautiful. Then share our latest episode on your stories or feed, and don't forget to tag us. Use the hashtag Barbecue Brag to Win. BBQ BRAGTOWIN. This way we can easily find your posts. Finally, drop a comment on our giveaway post telling us about your favorite barbecue recipe, or share your best barbecue tip, pictures, or videos. And here's the kicker. For each additional entry you want to earn, simply engage with us. Like and share the posts, comment on our episodes, or even send us a voice message with your barbecue questions or stories. The more you interact, the more chances you have to win. So get creative and show us your barbecue. Let's talk about the timeline. You have until the 25th of each month to enter. You don't want to miss it, and who knows, it could be you. Why are we putting on this giveaway? Well, we want to express our thanks to each and every one of you who tunes in each week. Your support means the world, and this giveaway is our way of giving back to this amazing barbecue community that we're building together. And we really do want to hear from you. So what topics do you want us to cover in future episodes? Are there any barbecue legends or techniques you want us to dive into? Share your thoughts in the comments when you enter the giveaway. This is all about community, and we want to make sure that we're bringing the content you all love. So to recap, subscribe to the podcast, follow us on social, share our latest episode using hashtag Barbecue Brag to Win, and comment on our giveaway post. It's that easy. Get excited because this is your chance to elevate your barbecue game with some awesome gear. Good luck to everyone out there, and may the best griller win.